What separates Lamine Yamal from thousands of other talented 16-year-olds? Why is Jude Bellingham dominating Europe, while others with similar talent never make it? The answer isn't just natural ability. Today, I'm revealing the 7 habits that elite young footballers master. Habits that 99% of talented players never develop. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly what separates those who make it from those who don't. And stick around for habit number 5. It's something even professional coaches rarely teach, but it's what makes players like Yamal look like they have a sixth sense on the pitch. Elite players don't practice 100 skills once. They practice 3 to 5 skills thousands of times. This is deliberate technical specialization. Notice how Lamine Yamal uses the same few moves in every game. His quick change of direction, body feint, and outside foot touch. That's it. But he's mastered them to such a degree that defenders still can't stop them, even when they know what's coming. Remember what Bruce Lee said, "I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times." Identify your 3 to 5 core skills that match your position. Then practice them with what I call maximum intention training, where every rep is done with game intensity, visualizing real pressure situations. The average player does 50 half-hearted reps. The elite player does 500 reps, imagining it's the 90th minute of the Champions League final every single time. There's a moment that determines every player's future. It's not scoring a spectacular goal. It's how they respond to criticism. Average players get defensive when criticized. Elite players, they get curious instead of furious. When Jude Bellingham was just 16 at Birmingham City, his coach broke down all his mistakes after a game. Instead of sulking, Bellingham asked for the video footage so he could study it at home. Elite players follow a 3-step growth mindset protocol. They reframe failure as data, not disaster. They actively seek feedback instead of avoiding it. They transform criticism into concrete training drills. When Lamine Yamal started training with Barcelona's first team, defenders easily read his movements. Instead of getting frustrated, he asked those same defenders for advice. They told him he was looking at the ball too much, so he created a specific drill where he had to keep his head up while dribbling through cones. Now his unpredictability is one of his greatest strengths. After your next game, ask your coach for the one thing you need to improve most. Then design a drill targeting that weakness and do it 50 times before your next session. Elite players don't just train harder. They engineer their entire environment to accelerate development. There's a saying in football, if you're the best player in the training session, you're in the wrong training session. Elite young players follow this religiously. At just 15, Lamine Yamal was requesting to train with Barcelona's U19 team. When that became comfortable, he pushed to train with the first team. He understood that comfort equals stagnation. Elite players optimize their environment in 3 ways. They surround themselves with better players. They create feedback-rich environments with immediate analysis. They eliminate distractions and energy drains. Find the best possible training group you can access, even if it means traveling further. Record your performances whenever possible, and audit your life for energy drains. What's taking up mental space that could be used for improvement? Without the right physical foundation, even the most technically gifted players hit a ceiling. But elite players don't blindly follow gym routines. They master what I call the performance fundamentals. Look at how Yamal changes direction. That's not just technique, that's physical literacy. His body has been trained to absorb force and redirect it explosively. Elite young players prioritize movement quality before quantity. Football-specific strength, not bodybuilding. Recovery and mobility. When Bellingham was developing, he didn't follow a typical gym program. He focused on exercises that mimicked football actions. Lunges, rotational medicine ball throws, and split squats. Lamine coach once said that they could predict which players would make it to the first team just by looking at their sleep habits as teenagers. That's how crucial recovery is. Master these 5 movements. Acceleration over 10 meters, controlled deceleration, lateral change of direction, jumping and landing softly, and rotating while maintaining balance. Do these with perfect form before adding any additional training. This fifth habit is the game changer most coaches never talk about. I call it proprioceptive intelligence training. Proprioception is your body's awareness of where it is in space without looking. It's how Yamal knows exactly where the defender is without turning his head. Most training programs completely ignore this, but it's the secret sauce that allows elite technical skills to emerge under pressure. One of Yamal's coaches shared that they had him practice receiving and dribbling while wearing special glasses that blocked his lower vision, forcing him to feel the ball rather than look at it. Now watch him play. He barely looks at the ball, keeping his head up while his feet do the work automatically. There are 4 levels of proprioceptive development. Basic awareness, standing on one leg with eyes closed. Dynamic proprioception, ladder drills with visual cues removed. Technical integration, performing moves blindfolded. Game transfer, creating game-like scenarios with limited visual information. Test yourself. Try juggling 20 times without looking at the ball. Can't do it? Start with these 3 drills. Single leg balance with eyes closed, dribbling while looking forward, and receiving passes without looking at the ball until the last moment. Elite players don't just have mental toughness. They have mental performance systems that they've practiced just like any technical skill. Watch Bellingham before receiving a high-pressure pass. He has micro-routines, brief physical and mental cues that center him in the moment. These aren't superstitions. They're psychological triggers built through deliberate practice. Elite players develop 3 mental skills. Pre-performance routines that trigger focused readiness. Attention control, training to maintain focus under distraction. Emotional regulation protocols to channel emotions productively. A coach who worked with Yamal mentioned that even at 13, he could maintain complete focus during drills for much longer than other talented players. This wasn't natural. It was trained through progressive attention challenges. Bellingham has talked about learning to channel frustration into increased intensity rather than letting it disrupt his decision-making. That's a deliberately practiced response. Create a consistent pre-game routine that includes physical activation, mental focusing elements, and emotional regulation. Practice this routine before every training session so it becomes automatic before matches. By the time you reach higher levels, everyone is technically skilled. The difference maker becomes your ability to make better decisions faster. Elite young players deliberately accelerate their tactical development through deliberate game analysis, studying matches systematically, position-specific decision training, isolating core decisions, conceptual transfer training, recognizing patterns across contexts. When Yamal was just 12, coaches noted his unusual ability to discuss tactical concepts after watching Barcelona matches. This wasn't natural genius. He had been taught a specific framework for analyzing what he was seeing. Elite players don't just watch football. They study it with specific questions in mind, focusing on players in their position and analyzing decision patterns. Watch one professional match weekly with a notebook, focusing only on a player in your position. Know when they make decisions, what information they use, and what options they choose or reject. These 7 habits aren't genetic gifts or lucky breaks. They're systems any dedicated player can implement starting today. Number 1, deliberate technical specialization. Number 2, the growth mindset protocol. Number 3, environmental optimization. Number 4, physical foundation mastery. Number 5, proprioceptive intelligence training. Number 6, mental performance systems. Number 7, tactical understanding acceleration. The beautiful thing is that these habits compound over time. Each one enhances the others. Here's my challenge. Choose just one habit that resonated most with you. Focus on that single habit for the next 30 days. After that, add a second habit. After 60 days, add a third. If this video helped you, smash that like button, subscribe for more advanced development advice, and comment which habit you're implementing first. Remember, talent gets you noticed, but habits get you signed.